everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have another currently inked for you. It is the start of a new month, so I am here with an overview, and I have 8 pens inked right now. It is technically 9, but one of the pens is James's pen, and he has taken it. It's the Aurora Optima, the blue one. Is Optima just the full name? I can't really think of it, but he's taken it because it's his pen. I was using it, but I inked it, his pen, he's using it. So, you've seen that before. It's not in this video, but yeah, I have 8 other pens to show you. It's plenty to go through. Alright, let's switch a shot and look at it. Alright, let us get started with pen number 1, and it is a pen that I love. I haven't had it inked for a little bit, but it is one of those pens that I go back to a lot. At one point I just had it inked up as a staple, just always there. It is the Opus 88 Coloro, and I think it's still one of my favorite fine nibs. It's just so good. It's like the perfect wetness level. So, Opus 88 Coloro. I always want to buy more Opus pens because they are really good and very enjoyable to use. They have a great ink capacity. It is a fine nib, and the ink is KWZ Walkover Vistula, which I haven't had inked in a while, and it's partly because I don't like KW's smell, but it's personal. Anyway, really nice pen, really lovely writer, and it's one of those pens I just don't worry about. It's like a real user beater type pen. Really cool. Alright, next up, it's one that's always there. Since I got it, it's always there, as you guys know. It's the Pelikan M600 Ruby Red, and also the ink is always the same because I love this combo. It's a medium nib, and the ink is Lamy Dark Lilac. It is like the perfect combo, and I don't think I'll ever change it. Unless I run out of Dark Lilac, and then I'll have to change it. But yeah, gorgeous pen. Really love it. I noticed that I have a bunch of Pelikans inked up, so I'll just do another one. This is a vintage M200 with a 400 nib that I bought separately. This is the pen I bought at my first pen show. And I really still love this pen. M200, medium nib, 14, I think it's a 14K. Yeah, it's a 14K. So that is a nib I bought later on. It is also medium as the nib sticker says though. And I still have the other nib. I just like, this is a really wet nib, and I really like that. The ink is Diamine Arctic Blue. Ooh. And that is normally a shimmer ink. However, I just didn't shake the bottle, and now it produces this lovely, sheeny, turquoisey ink. Probably not showing the sheen off really well, because that is the curse of sheen, not being able to show it properly, but it's there, and it's one of my favorite like turquoisey inks. It looks really dark because the nib is really wet. Yeah, I love this combo. It's just delicious, and it's such a cute pen. Alright, let us move on to something else. I'm trying to move all my pens out of the way. No, I dropped one. Okay. Let's go with the one I dropped, which is a Lamy Studio, which I don't really worry about. I had this engraved at some points. It says Helden, which is really funny to me. And I had a calligraphy nib on this pen, but it wasn't really working for me because the ink I have in here is really dry and the calligraphy nib was just not wet enough. So let me actually grab the sample because I forget the name. This is a Lamy Studio. Lamy Studio, and then it is a broad nib. It's so nice that you can just switch out the Lamy nibs randomly. And the ink is Sailor Manyo Nekoyanagi, which is a lovely shader, but it is so dry and I don't love it. This is more of a James color than a me color. He loves these types of inks, like the multi-shaders, and shade in general is more his thing, while sheen is my thing. But yeah, I'm not super enjoying this. It needs a wetter experience, in my opinion. Lovely pen though. I like the Studio a lot. Grip can get slippery, but if you just dry your hands off properly, it won't be too bothersome. And then this finish is one of my favorites. So yeah, Lamy Studio. We have a couple of those. We don't use them enough, I feel. But yeah, I'm gonna adjust my camera and move on to a new acquisition-ish, but I've already done a video about it. How does that work? So I borrowed a Franklin Christoph 40 pocket pen from Brownie to review, and then I really loved it. Like I really loved it. And then I saw one for sale on Virtual Pen Show on Instagram, and I jumped on it. So I bought one myself. I have it eyedroppered, as you can see. The barrel's full of ink, and I have just a regular fine nib on here. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. So Franklin Christoph 40, I think it's just a 40. I don't know if it's a 40 pocket or whatever, but it's this pen. And I have a fine nib on here. Fine, love it. It's such a good fine. It's so good. Like, it's wet, tiny bit of feedback, but like perfect. I love it so much. And the ink, Cross Violet, one of my favorite purple inks, as many of you probably know. And yeah, it's just such a joy to use. I am like nervous about eyedroppering pens, but I guess like it's just the best way to deal with this pen. I'm not gonna put a cartridge in here if I can eyedropper it. It's lovely. Like, it's one of the better acquisitions I did recently. I've been on a Franklin Christoph kick, as you guys know. But yeah, big fan. Big fan. Alright. I have another Pelican. Yeah, this is a vintage Pelican. And this has its original nib on it, in a sense that this is the nib I bought it with, not the nib that the sticker indicates, because that sticker says 14 karat broad, but this is not a 14 karat broad, it is a medium. I'm on the prowl for a broad that I can put on this pen because I would like it to match, but I haven't found it yet, and also I'm not really in a spending kind of situation right now. But yeah, if someone finds it and it's not too expensive, please let me know. This is a Pelican M250. It's basically a 200 with a gold nib. And this one is from the era where they still put West Germany on there, W Germany. And honestly, this is one of my favorite Pelicans. I know I say that a lot about Pelicans, but this is like such a nice writer. And then I love that sticker. It's like this detail, historical detail, and then the W Germany. I don't know. It's just really nice. This pen is a burgundy color. I hate the way burgundy translates to camera, as in it doesn't translate, but you just gotta believe me, this is a burgundy pen. Size-wise, this is a 200. It's basically the same, as you can see. But yeah, so M250, It's just a 200 with a gold nib, which is delightful in my opinion. All right, a writing sample with this pen. Let me show you the nib. As you can see, it is the gold nib, the old school gold nib. It's really nice. I like these old school gold nibs. All right, it's a Pelikan, and it's an M250, and it's in burgundy. Even though it looks poop brown sometimes, and also sometimes black, it is actually burgundy. This is a medium nib, which it looks kind of like a fine, but it writes really well. And the ink is Iroshizuku Tsuriji Tutsu. I'm always writing that wrong. Tsuji, the pink one that is not Momiji, which is one of my favorite pinks. Yeah, I love this pen. A dog just came into the room. I know you can't see it, but I was surprised. Hi, Fitzy. Anyway, that is the Pelikan that I love. I love all Pelikans, basically. I'm like a Pelikan addict. Next up is a Pilot pen. Actually, the last two pens are Pilot pens. This is a Pilot Decimal, and it is a purple one. It's sort of a limited special edition color, and I love it. I bought it from someone else, so I didn't buy it from a retailer, but I bought it from a person, so I don't know if you can still get it. Probably on eBay, but lovely, lovely pen. Came with an extra fine nib that I switched out because I'm not into the extra fine game. But luckily you can just switch out all the nibs. So this is a Pilot. I have a really sticky ink in here. I don't know if you know what that means, but sometimes you have inks that are like sticky. Pilot capless, medium. Wonder how empty this pen is. It's acting like it's quite empty. Medium nib. The ink is Diamine. Purple Rain. But I think I'm gonna have to unink it because it's like skipping, so I think it's empty. So this was inked. I guess it's still not clean, so it's currently inked, but yeah, it's not staying in the rotation. Or I re-ink it. I might, but 8 pens is a lot, so I don't know. We'll see. And then the last one is also a Pilot pen. And I have this inked with an ink that I know is by Iroshizuku, but I forgot the name of this ink. So bear with me while I ramble on about this pen and look it up. So this is a Pilot Custom Heritage 92, which I really like. I love the clear vibe of this pen. I have had like mixed feelings about the nib. It's a broad, but I wish it was a little wetter. But it's still a good pen, and I love like the smoky the smoky cap and a piston up. That's like parts that I really like. I tend to leave the nib stickers on there because why not? I think it brings something to the table. And then here we have the broad nib. And this is a Pilot Custom Heritage 92. I'm not normally into like green inks, but this one is kind of nice. A broad nib, which does look quite broad. And the ink is Iroshizuku Shin Ryoku. And yeah, it's a decent green ink. I was actually thinking of buying Mont Blanc Irish Green, but since I don't use green ink all that often, at least not green ink without sheen, I think it's fine if I just use this one. Yeah, it's a decent pen. I like it okay. And I like the ink too, and I like the combo, so that's all good. Anyway, that is my 8 pens. Technically, James has one. That is his pen, but I inked it. But we're gonna forgive him for that. I'm gonna zoom out a little so we can group them up and say our goodbyes. And I'm just gathering pens, apparently. And there they are. There are my currently inked pens. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed filming this, and I enjoyed rambling about pens, as I always do. If you have any questions about any of the pens, please let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you. I'm really bad at comments. I'll try to be better. I always say that, and I do try, but it's like overwhelming to me. So please do leave your question, because there are plenty of other people who can answer, but I will try to get to you. I'll try. I promise. I promise. All right. I'll see you next time. Bonus footage of the doggerts that came in while I was filming. I thought I closed the door, but apparently I hadn't, and then they nudge it open, and they're like, hello, can we get some attention, please? Look at the cuties. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Avi's like, why are we here? I love them. All right, real ending. Bye.